So clearly this video was meant to be done before West Side Story came out. Clearly that didn't happen, so I'll just have to say something about it here. It's really good. It'll probably make a nice double feature with The Fabelmans, Spielberg's next movie. As I mentioned, he's returning to the 1950s of his childhood. Similarly, he's been wanting to make a musical for his entire career, and some of his least successful movies have been dogged by the fact that they may have been better as musicals, and while that might not necessarily be true, one might for that reason have dreaded Spielberg taking on West Side Story, as his musical aspirations haven't proven to be too successful in the past. I didn't have that dread. I always expected Spielberg's West Side Story to be good, and it is, even if it is very mindful of the original musical. As much as has been said about updating the material, it still remains extremely faithful in spirit. Spielberg treats it very much like the classic it is, which might make one leave with the impression that it's more a showcase of adaptational sobriety than a burning passion to tell the story. Still, it's interesting in this sense that it falls in line with Spielberg's later career in that he chooses material that will allow him a certain degree of violence, though not going all the way. It seems to me that the thing West Side Story always needs is a sense of actual violence, true danger, and one can easily imagine Spielberg feeling that, yeah, what I can add to the classic Robert Wise version is a much more realistic sense of actual violence. Even the wonderful choreography has a much more, jagged and fierce quality to it, which is entirely appropriate. And when the fighting comes, it definitely does feel harsh, and the hits do land, but I still feel Spielberg could have let himself go even more. I think it probably should have been more violent. I think that would have made for an even more original movie musical. The elder Spielberg has this problem that he's still very much capable of the pure ferocity he has shown in the past, but that he curtails himself on that very point, which is at least as fascinating as it is occasionally frustrating. Anyway, see you at the next Spielberg movie. I hope and expect there to be lots more.